Welcome to Ancient Chronicles AI. Here, we cross the line between what is known and what is denied, stepping into the heavenly watchtowers of Enoch. Chapter 1. The ascent of the seventh patriarch Enoch felt the world fade beneath his feet as a pillar of light lifted him from the mortal realm. The air around him shimmered with colors no human tongue had ever named. A voice like distant thunder called his name, guiding him upward through layers of unseen heavens. Clouds parted to reveal a vast expanse of radiant pathways stretching across the sky. Enoch stepped onto a bridge of living light that pulsed beneath his feet like a heartbeat. Angelic figures approached him, their faces veiled in brilliance that concealed their true form. They welcomed him as the seventh patriarch, chosen to witness the architecture of creation. The heavens opened further, revealing colossal towers rising from the edges of the cosmos. Each tower glowed with a different hue, forming a celestial compass that anchored the universe. Enoch felt the weight of eternity settle upon him as he gazed at the structures. The angels told him these were the Watchtowers, guardians of realms and keepers of cosmic order. Their foundations rested upon the first stones laid when the universe was born. Their spires pierced the veil between worlds, connecting the mortal and the divine. Enoch sensed that each tower held secrets older than the stars themselves. The angels guided him toward the nearest tower, its walls carved with symbols of light. He felt a pull in his spirit, as if the tower recognized him and welcomed his presence. The air vibrated with a low hum that resonated through his bones. Enoch realized he had crossed a threshold that no mortal had ever reached. The heavens awaited his steps, ready to reveal their hidden truths. And as he entered the first watchtower, the journey of revelation began. Chapter 2. The four pillars of the firmament inside the watchtower Enoch beheld a chamber filled with swirling constellations suspended in midair. The angels explained that the tower was one of four pillars that upheld the balance of the firmament. Each pillar governed a different force of creation, from the winds to the seasons to the turning of ages. The northern pillar controlled the breath of winter and the shifting of celestial cycles. The southern pillar guided the warmth of summer and the growth of life across the earth. The eastern pillar commanded the rising winds that carried storms and prophecies. The western pillar held dominion over the tides and the passage of souls. Enoch saw that each tower was alive, its walls pulsing with the rhythm of the cosmos. The angels revealed that the watchtowers were not merely structures, but sentient guardians. Their awareness extended across galaxies, sensing disturbances in the fabric of creation. Enoch felt their presence like ancient minds, observing him with curiosity and caution. He walked through halls lined with luminous glyphs that shifted as he passed. The glyphs recorded the history of the universe in patterns of light and sound. Enoch touched one symbol and saw visions of stars being born in fiery bursts. Another symbol showed worlds forming from swirling dust and divine breath. The angels warned him that the watchtowers were also capable of judgment. If the balance of creation was threatened, the pillars would awaken their full power. Enoch realized that the towers were both guardians and potential harbingers of cosmic reckoning. He bowed his head in reverence, understanding the gravity of what he had been shown. And as he stepped deeper into the tower, he sensed that greater mysteries awaited him. Chapter 3. The Guardians of the Celestial Gates. Enoch entered a vast chamber where towering gates of light stretched from floor to sky. Each gate shimmered with a different color, representing a realm beyond mortal comprehension. The angels explained that these were the celestial gates, pathways through which spirits and stars traveled. Guardians stood before each gate, their wings spanning the width of the chamber. Their faces were hidden behind masks of radiant metal that glowed with inner fire. Enoch felt their gaze pierce through him, reading his thoughts and intentions. The guardians bowed slightly, acknowledging him as a chosen witness. One guardian opened a gate to reveal a swirling vortex of galaxies and nebulae. Enoch saw stars drifting like embers in a cosmic wind. Another gate revealed a realm of pure sound where melodies shaped the flow of time. A third gate opened to a world of crystalline landscapes where light formed mountains and rivers. The angels told him that the gates allowed the watchtowers to regulate the movement of creation. Spirits passed through the gates on their journey from life to eternity. Stars were guided through them as they transitioned from birth to death. Enoch realized that the watchtowers were the beating heart of the universe. The guardians warned him that the gates must never be opened without purpose. A single misalignment could unravel the harmony of the cosmos. Enoch felt humbled by the responsibility entrusted to the watchtowers. And as he left the chamber, he sensed a faint tremor in the gates, as if something pressed against them from the outside. Chapter 4. The Book of Measured Heavens. The angels led Enoch into a library unlike any he had ever imagined. Shelves of light stretched into infinity, each holding scrolls made of shimmering energy. The angels called it the Book of Measured Heavens, the archive of cosmic order. Enoch touched a scroll and felt knowledge flow into his mind like a river of stars. He saw the calculations that governed the movement of constellations across the sky. He learned how ages were measured in cycles of celestial alignment. The scrolls revealed the hidden mathematics that shaped the rise and fall of civilizations. Enoch saw that every event in the universe followed patterns woven into the fabric of time. The angels explained that the watchtowers recorded these patterns to maintain balance. If a pattern shifted too far, the towers intervened to restore harmony. Enoch read prophecies written in luminous script that foretold the future of worlds. Some prophecies spoke of golden ages filled with peace and enlightenment. Others warned of darkness that would spread when the balance was broken. Enoch felt overwhelmed by the vastness of the knowledge before him. He realized that the universe was not chaotic, but intricately ordered. The angels told him that he had been chosen to understand these truths for a reason. Enoch sensed that the knowledge he gained would one day be needed by humanity. He closed the scroll with reverence, feeling its wisdom settle into his spirit. And as he left the library, he noticed a shadow flicker across the shelves, as if something unseen had passed through the light. Chapter 5. The Shadow Beyond the Outer Wall. Enoch followed the angels to the outermost chamber of the watchtower. A massive wall of light stretched before him, marking the boundary of creation. Beyond the wall lay a swirling darkness that seemed to pulse with malevolent intent. The angels explained that this was the void, the realm outside existence. Enoch felt a chill as he sensed the presence pressing against the wall. It moved like a living shadow, seeking cracks in the barrier. The angels warned that the void had always hungered for the light of creation. Enoch watched as the shadow struck the wall, causing ripples of distortion. The watchtower responded with a surge of energy that pushed the darkness back. But the shadow returned stronger, testing the limits of the barrier. Enoch realized that the watchtowers were not only guardians, but shields against cosmic annihilation. The angels revealed that the void had grown restless in recent ages. Something within creation had weakened the balance, drawing the darkness closer. Enoch felt the weight of dread settle upon him as he watched the shadow writhe. He sensed that the watchtowers were straining to hold the barrier intact. The angels told him that the disturbance was connected to an ancient rebellion. Enoch understood that the threat was not new, but had been waiting for its moment. The shadow pressed harder, causing cracks of dim light to appear in the wall. The angels rushed to reinforce the barrier with their combined power. And as the wall stabilized, Enoch knew that the danger was far from over. Chapter 6. The Council of the Eternal Watchers. Enoch was summoned to a grand hall where the highest angels gathered in solemn assembly. Their wings formed a canopy of light that illuminated the chamber with celestial brilliance. The Eternal Watchers stood at the center, their presence radiating ancient authority. They welcomed Enoch as a witness to the council, a role granted to no other mortal. The Watchers spoke of the growing threat pressing against the boundaries of creation. They revealed that the void had been stirred by the echoes of the first rebellion. Long ago, a host of angels had defied the cosmic order and fractured the balance. Their fall had weakened the Watchtowers, leaving cracks that the void now sought to exploit. Enoch listened as the Watchers debated how to restore the balance. Some argued for sealing the gates of heaven to prevent further corruption. Others insisted that the mortal world must be strengthened to withstand the coming storm. The Watchers turned to Enoch and asked what he had learned from the Book of Measured Heavens. Enoch spoke of the patterns he had seen, patterns that hinted at a future convergence. He warned that the Watchtowers would face a moment of great trial. The Watchers acknowledged his insight and revealed a prophecy hidden from all but the highest angels. It spoke of a mortal who would carry the light of the Watchtowers into the world. Enoch felt a tremor of realization as the prophecy resonated within him. The council ended with a vow to prepare for the approaching darkness. And as Enoch left the hall, he sensed that the Watchers had placed a great burden upon his shoulders. Chapter 7. The Fracture in the Northern Tower. A deep rumble shook the heavens as Enoch approached the northern watchtower. Cracks of dim light spread across its surface, like veins of wounded stone. The angels rushed to contain the damage, their wings beating with frantic urgency. Enoch felt the tower's pain as if it were a living being crying out for help. The shadow from the void pressed harder against this weakened pillar. Its tendrils seeped through the cracks, spreading darkness across the chamber. The angels formed a barrier of light, but the shadow pushed through with relentless force. Enoch saw visions of a future where the watchtowers collapsed and the heavens fell. He witnessed stars dying in silence and worlds swallowed by darkness. The tower groaned as the fracture widened, threatening to break the pillar entirely. Enoch stepped forward, guided by an instinct he did not fully understand. He placed his hand upon the cracked surface and felt the tower's ancient heartbeat. The knowledge he had gained from the Book of Measured Heavens surged through him. He whispered the patterns of restoration, aligning the tower's energy with the cosmic order. The angels joined him, channeling their light into the fracture. Slowly the cracks began to mend, sealing with threads of radiant energy. The shadow recoiled, retreating into the void with a hiss of frustration. The tower stabilized, though its strength was not fully restored. Enoch collapsed to his knees, exhausted but triumphant. And as he rose, he knew the final revelation awaited him. Chapter 8. The Covenant of the Returning Light. The angels led Enoch to the highest point of the watchtower, where the heavens opened in a vast expanse of light. A scroll of pure radiance appeared before him, its words forming as he watched. The angels told him this was the covenant of the returning light, a prophecy entrusted to him alone. Enoch read that the watchtowers would one day weaken again when the balance of creation faltered. A time would come when the void pressed once more against the boundaries of existence. Humanity would face a choice between darkness and illumination. The covenant declared that a descendant of Enoch would rise as a bearer of celestial wisdom. This chosen one would awaken the watchtowers and restore the balance of the cosmos. Enoch felt the weight of destiny settle upon him like a mantle of light. The angels told him that he must return to the mortal world with this prophecy. He would become a bridge between heaven and earth, a messenger of cosmic truth. Enoch accepted the covenant with humility and reverence. The watchtowers pulsed with light as if acknowledging his role in the unfolding destiny. A path of radiance opened before him, leading back to the world of men. Enoch stepped onto the path, carrying the prophecy within his spirit. The angels watched in silence as he descended toward the earth. The watchtowers glowed with renewed strength, their light piercing the darkness beyond creation. Enoch felt the mortal world draw near, its air filled with the promise of ages yet to come. He knew that the covenant would shape the destiny of generations. And as he returned to the world of men, the heavens whispered that the watchtowers would awaken again when the time was right. If you enjoyed this journey into the unknown, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell so you never miss what comes next. Until then, Stay curious, stay aware, and keep searching the shadows. Take care.